VIP Golf Show, presented by Arden Roof Systems, with your hosts Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock, only on your clear choice for sports, Edmonton Sports Talk.
Good morning and welcome to the VIP Golf Show presented by Ardent Roof Systems here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Happy to be with you today. My name is Murray McCourt, General Manager and Executive Golf Professional at the Ranch Golf and Country Club and host of the VIP Golf Show, here along with co-host Curtis Stock, who's with us each and every week as well. We appreciate you tuning in. Each and every week, you can text into the show at any time, 780-218-9999. Can't wait for our first guest today. This week on the show, another great lineup. But our first two segments, we're going to be with Tahlon Sweenie. We're going to get you caught up to date on everything that happened in Jasper last year, what's been going on since, when they're going to open. You're going to find out everything there is to know about JPL. Our third segment guest is going to be Matt Maw. He'll join us in studio. We'll get you some golf tips with him. We're going to go around YEG and check in with Jeff Cuthbertson, the general manager at the Stony Plain Golf Club. Our final segment of the day, we will chat with Kevin Smith to find out what happened in the Alberta Men's Amateur and preview the Alberta Ladies Amateur that's in Leduc next week. And as always at 9:40, we will do our trivia contest where one lucky listener will win a custom fitting at the TaylorMade Performance Center and a gift card to the Keg Steakhouse and Bar. This week's question of the week, we'd love you to tune in and let us know what your answer is to this. What is the best way to handle a slow group in front of you? This segment is brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. Join us this summer by hosting your next corporate event in one of our exclusive suites or our new 6-person loge table located on the upper bowl. Limited availability remains for all Elks Homes games. Visit goelks.com/tickets to book your private suite or loge today. And I'm wearing Elks colors today, Stalker.
Well, they almost won.
I know. They played pretty good. There's improvement.
Yeah, they got the 3/4 tied and couldn't hold off at the end.
Against a really good team. Next Sunday, guaranteed win night here in Edmonton.
Oh, really?
Ottawa. They're playing Ottawa. They're going to win.
Guaranteed win?
I'm guaranteeing it, Stalker.
All right. We got to mark down.
All right. Well, so excited for this. Good morning, Tahlon. How are you?
I'm good, Murray. How are you today?
Yeah, doing really well. Tahlon Sweenie, for those of you that don't know who he is, he's the director of golf at the Jasper Park Lodge Golf Club. We all know what went on down there last year, and we're about to find out with Tahlon all the details of that. And we're going to have you for two segments, Tahlon. This first segment, we're going to focus on what happened last year, and then we're going to move forward into where things are at now and what the future looks like. As you know, I was in Jasper, and I don't want to waste time in this segment talking about my experience in Jasper. I'll do that in the open segment later. We'll talk about Jasper some more in that segment. But can you walk us through the day the wildfire threatened your golf course, and what were your first priorities and concerns as the situation unfolded?
Absolutely, Murray. I guess to start, I was actually on a day off. I was with the family. We were about to go to the beach, and we started to hear from parks on some of the fires that had just started to start up on Highway 93 and also Highway 16 due to obviously lightning strikes on the Highway 93, and then a transformer that had blew up on the west side of town coming from Highway 16. So I zipped into town, and as the executive, we all we got together and we were putting together the game plan to, in the event if we've had to evacuate how we were going to do so. Obviously, it's my 14th year here now, so 13 years last year. I had a really good idea of what my priorities were when it comes to evacuating. But the evacuation call came at about 7:30, and from there we evacuated 1,400 colleagues, guests out through the back end of the lodge onto Highway 16, and then got them out to BC. From there, that was at about 7. So from about 7:30 to about 9:30, we evacuated everybody in roughly 120 minutes. As I was probably the one of the last remaining individuals on the site, I quickly called the family to see where they were, as obviously we have two vehicles, and I had told the family to get on the road, and I would meet up with them in Valemount. When I called my partner and asked where they were, they said they were at the ATB, which is, and I didn't know there was one in Valemount, and I remember Tass saying, "No, I'm not at the one in Valemount. I'm still at the one in Jasper." So it was a complete gridlock. So I quickly zipped on to the opposite side of town, parked my vehicle, and actually physically ran to go grab them from their vehicle. And it was almost like out of a movie scene. I had a couple pillows, I had a duffel bag, I had a 135-pound English Mastiff, and then my wife and my baby girl Lily were really running down the street to get to the other vehicle, which I'd parked. And we hopped in that vehicle and then proceeded to drive into BC as we were directed from Parks Canada. So 16-hour drive, 8 hours to go through Kamloops and then back down to Banff, as there wasn't a hotel in sight that you could book. You can imagine all of the guests and colleagues trying to book accommodation, trying to figure out a place to stay. Yeah. So it was a very, very chaotic day, but at the end of the day, the Fairmont Jasper Park Lodge was able to get everybody out safely, and then we had a 30-day evacuation notice. So we spent the majority of time between staying in Banff, and then my mom also lives in Sylvan Lake, so I dropped the family off in Sylvan Lake and was working out of the Banff Springs to try and piece together what we could at the time, not knowing the full extent of the damage, and then obviously once we were able to come back on site, starting to assess the damage.
It's been unbelievably scary.
Certainly an interesting situation. Like I said, we have prepared for it. I mean, there's tons of fire smart training and protocols, but you never actually think that you're going to have to be the one in place that has to action it and go through it. And right. In all honesty, you're not really thinking a lot about the what ifs. You're just trying to, make sure everybody's safe. And it was kind of a fight or flight situation. And, we were so lucky that there was, no one got injured during that evacuation and everyone got out safely. And
yeah, that was amazing.
A little bit traumatic for sure.
What actions did your team and the first responders take to protect the course and the resort during those critical hours?
Well, it was all about our irrigation, trying to use every piece of irrigation on site, and obviously the first responders bringing in their equipment to try and protect the resort. We had our irrigation running all the way till about 5:30 on July 23rd. And that's when the irrigation failed, and the fire consumed the golf course in about 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Wow! In the days and weeks following the fire, what was the biggest challenges you faced in assessing and beginning the recovery process?
The unknown, Curtis. To be honest with you, I mean, there's not too many playbooks for trying to assess this extent of damage. So we really had to rely on a lot of specialists. Once we were finally able to come back on site, we had, one of the best irrigation specialists in North America come take a look. We had Ian Andrew, who, is world renowned for, restoring Stanley Thompson golf courses and has had a hand in, 5 or 6 Stanley Thompson golf courses that he's recently restored. And, he happened to be in the area, and I have a little bit of a relationship with him. And he was one of the first people that walked the golf course with me, along with Mr. Stephen Young at the Banff Springs. So, that walk was, one of the most interesting walks I think I'll ever have in my life. Obviously, being a born and raised Albertan, growing up in Stony Plain, being here for 14 years, this is, your dream job. It's everything you love. And to see it in the state that it was the hardest walk of my life.
Yeah. Joining us on the VIP Golf Show is Tahlon Sweenie, Director of Golf from the Jasper Park Lodge. Obviously that would have been crazy emotional for you, Tahlon, and beyond that, moving forward, I'm curious how the Jasper community and your staff came together during the aftermath of all this to support the restoration efforts.
Absolutely, Murray. It's been incredible to think that we're going to be able to open this golf course on Tuesday, 340 plus days since we last closed it. The amount of effort that is put in to get the golf course just to where it is today, and believe me, we're not. There's 2 or 3 more years to go in the restoration phase. There's a long way to go, but the fact that we're opening this golf course with the significant damage that we received, just to touch on some of the some of the loss that was on the golf course. Like I said, we had the complete irrigation system fail on us. We've been installing a new irrigation system as of the middle of May. It's going to go all the way through to the end of the year. I think they got four holes done right now. We're activating our 19th hole. So back in the 50s, the golf course built 3 extra holes. As you know, the 9th hole is the furthest point away from the golf course. So they built 3 holes that basically started just off the right side of the 6th hole, and they called it the Whiskey 9. So one of those holes we've preserved over the years and actually used it as a private teaching area and a practice hole, and at times used for patchwork on the golf course as well. So we're going to open that hole, and as we isolate holes on the golf course, our hole, we're going to open that 19th, so our guests still have the ability to play 18 holes. We hired a new superintendent, which was about a 2-month process, and we hired a brand new assistant superintendent who also has had 5 years head superintendent experience. The team that came back, we had about 65 to 70% retention rate. So when we came back on site, all the displaced colleagues from the maintenance and turf care team, they all wanted to come back. They didn't choose to go back home and try something different. They all wanted to come back last year and put the golf course to bed as good as they could. With saying that, we had no equipment. We lost the entire turf care facility and all 50 plus pieces of equipment. So, I got to spend the majority of the winter, working with our assistant superintendent and specialists, putting together the new equipment order, getting Ian back to put his assessment together, working with Parks Canada on the tree removal plan as we remove 7,000 trees on the golf course throughout the winter, working with and permitting, which has been the biggest learning curve for myself is obviously the permitting with Parks Canada is quite extensive. And, one of the reasons why we were very mindful and we didn't do a ton of media at the start is, we had a lot of the planning in place. It's just a matter of it all getting approved and moving forward with it. So, the last thing you want to do is, say you're going to do something and unfortunately permitting doesn't go through and we're not able to do it. So, along with the loss of the trees and the equipment, we lost all the infrastructure on the golf course. So, all of the historical shelters, the tops, those are all lost. The food and beverage stations, the washrooms, all wiped out. So obviously we have temporary solutions for this year. We have a phasing approach to how we're going to restore the golf course. It's broken down into 3 phases. And it's certainly been a learning curve. You start off as a young lad, picking range balls at the Stony Plain Golf Club. Going to, getting your chance to get into a private club, and then, you go into, Lethbridge College, GMQ, and you work your way up throughout the industry. And the next thing you know that you're faced with restoring, one of the greatest golf courses in Canada.
Were there any particular moments of resilience or inspiring stories from the recovery period that stand out to you?
Our head superintendent, Glenn Griffiths, it's emotional. He lost his house in town, and he was at the time the assistant superintendent. He's been here for 30 years. The way he rallied the team and had everybody, want to work for him and together. It's been remarkable. Like I said, he lost his house, and he was one of the first individuals here to try and assess this golf course and put it back together. And seeing the team until today, like seeing what he's done as a leader, it's stuff you can't write about. It's fantastic, the resilience that he has, and the following that he has from his team. It's incredibly remarkable.
Tahlon, we all know how big and how popular and well received Jasper Park Lodge golf course is in the world rankings, but how important is the golf course to the broader Jasper community, and what did its survival mean for local businesses and the region's economy?
I mean, it's one of the main reasons why we're trying to, we are going to open on Tuesday is what the impact is for the golf course, is for the community of Jasper and tourism. It's, you're not only coming, when you're playing at the course, you're not not everybody's staying at the lodge. They're staying in town. They're eating in town. So it does so much for the economy. So the fact that we're able to be able to reopen and see some of those golfers come back, and as we all know, this is Edmonton's backyard. It's certainly for Alberta, but as an Edmontonian, this was the spot. This is the spot to come to, and whether you play it once a year for the past 40 years, or if you've only played a few years, Jasper it's a feeling, and it really touches your heart. And I think you're going to see a lot of golfers that just want to come back and be a part of the recovery process, and and celebrate the 100th to some extent. So it means everything. The local golfers, our pass holders, they haven't been able to play golf at Jasper for a year. We've been very, very grateful. Hinton and Edson have extended some special rates for us so we can play a little bit, but boy, are we excited to get back and play our golf course.
Tahlon, one more before we go to break and then get into the current and the future, instead of looking back at this terrible situation that did happen to you. I'm curious, how did the hotel and the clubhouse survive? And second to that is, what lessons did you learn from this? I mean, life isn't easy, and this was not easy, but what did you learn from it?
The clubhouse survived due to some local volunteer firefighters. When I was literally in Banff, and you're starting to get some leak footage from some of your local friends that are firefighters showing you some of the damage. When we saw Milligan Manor on fire, you put two and two together. If you played here before, Milligan Manor is it's just 20 yards from the clubhouse. There's a fence that separates Milligan Manor to the clubhouse, and the fence survived. So when we saw Milligan Manor, we have 80 lithium ion carts in that clubhouse. I thought the roof was going to blow off that place, and when we came back and saw that it was completely intact, no real restoration work on the clubhouse at all, it's a miracle. So we're going to be honoring all the local firefighters, the volunteer firefighters, the first responders on Tuesday as our ceremonial tee off. They'll all have an opportunity to be the first players to go play the golf course since we've put it back together, just to thank them for everything they've done. One of the things that I have learned, it's a fire is, at that extent, that where in the path that it takes, it was somewhat random with the structures that got taken down. There wasn't a lot of structures that physically burned from a tree leaning down onto a piece of infrastructure. It was all due to the high winds and all the coals that were flying around and ambers that got in through vents and so on and so forth. So learned a lot about that. And the fire, the golf course in a sense saved the resort. As we all know, there's Lac Beauvert that runs through the point area on the golf course. If that lake wasn't there and we didn't have some of the pine beetle damage throughout the golf course, the fire would have went around the other side of the golf course and hopped over onto the resort, and we might not have anything left. So at the end of the day, we can kind of rest our hat that we know that the golf course kind of protected the rest of the resort, and it's just going to add to the aura of JPL once golfers start to see some of the work that we've done, and the juxtaposition of looking at the forest to well manicured grass within the integrity of the golf course.
Awesome. Well, this is great stuff, Tahlon. We're going to take a break now. On the other side of the break, stay with us, everyone. We're going to hear about the current and the future with JPL. This is the VIP Golf Show on Edmonton Sports Talk.
From the fairways of Edmonton to the greens of the BC Rockies, you'll never miss a course with VIP Golf. VIP Golf members enjoy preferred rates at over 70 top courses in Alberta and BC. They play 7 days a week and average 40 to 60% off regular rates with no payments due at the course. Just book with VIP Golf, show your ID, then grip it and rip it. With so many courses under one umbrella, it's no wonder they're the membership of choice for so many Albertans. To learn more, visit their website today at vipgolf.ca.
Ardent Roof Systems is one of only 5 companies in Western Canada with a Platinum Preferred Contractor status from Owens Corning and the recent recipient of the Owens Corning Top Performer in Canada Award. If your roof has seen too many Alberta winters, it's time to give Stacy and the gang from Ardent a call. From repairs to replacement, Ardent will take care of you. Even if you have another quote, Get them out to have a look. For more info, hit ardentroofsystems.com. And you can thank me later.
Why tee off at the Ranch Golf and Country Club?
A fun, unique layout offering premier conditions. The Ranch has been ranked as one of the top public courses in Canada.
Unmatched value. Score Golf Magazine rated the Ranch as the best value in Edmonton.
The service, from tournaments to special events to the pro shop. Superior service that makes every visit exceptional.
The Ranch Golf and Country Club, a laid-back environment where anyone can enjoy an amazing day on the fairways. For details, visit theranchgolf.com.
Escape the ordinary and experience golfing paradise at Coal Creek Golf Resort. Immerse yourself in our exceptional layout and enjoy excellent conditions that will take your game to the next level. Challenge yourself with a unique twist. Tackle the only black sand traps in all of Alberta. And why not extend your stay? Relax in one of our spacious RV lots, offering the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. Visit coalcreek.ca now to book your tee time and plan your unforgettable getaway at Coal Creek Golf Resort. Your perfect golfing escape awaits.
This summer, your golf game stays hot indoors. With the $50 Golf Summer Pass from Country Club Tour, enjoy free indoor golf all summer long at the CCT Indoor Golf Center, right in downtown Edmonton. Tee off on over 90 world-class courses with 28 cutting-edge Unicore simulators, rain or shine. Or just fine-tune your game on the virtual driving range. Offer valid till June 30th, and you can play from May 1st to September 30th. Your best golf season starts indoors. Visit countryclubtour.com to grab your pass today.
Immerse yourself in a world where golf intertwines with the historic valor of the Canadian Armed Forces. At the Edmonton Garrison Memorial Golf Club, every round connects you with the courageous stories of our military's past. With fairways set against genuine combat equipment and historic monuments, your game becomes a meaningful link to the legacy of those who've served. And make sure to aim carefully to avoid a memorable shot off a tank. Get your membership and celebrate the challenge of golf and the honor of our armed forces. Visit egmgolf.com for more.
Your logo matters. So if you're gonna put it onto something, it's gonna be tough enough to be useful. Tough Stuff Promotions works as hard as you do to create personalized swag that's tough enough for your hard-working name. Whether it's promotional items, branded clothing, industrial workwear, golf, or athletics, Tough Stuff works hard for hard-working folks. Get the tough stuff you need when you need it. For easy ordering, call 780-470-4545 or visit toughstuffpromotions.com.
Did you know golfers average 162 hours a year on their feet? With the Addy Zero ZG from Adidas Golf, light isn't less, it's more. More Sunset 9s, more stamina with footwear designed to spend hours on your feet. With Light Strike Pro cushioning that boosts efficiency and walking propulsion, you can go out for a long round and enjoy what the course has to offer. Step into the feeling of light all round with Addy Zero ZG. Right now, during our Addy Buck promotion at participating retailers, when you purchase any new 2025 Adidas golf shoe like the Addy Zero ZG, you'll receive $50 towards any additional Adidas golf items from the Pro Shop. Adidas.ca.
Get fit with TaylorMade Golf's ultimate custom club fitting experience. The TaylorMade Performance Lab in Woodbridge unites golfers with a personalized fitting session and tailor-made equipment to optimize your game. Highly trained master fitters take an in-depth look at the golf swing utilizing industry-leading technology. Book your fitting experience now to cover all your custom needs from driver to putter. Free gift with booking. Get fit. Optimize your game at the TaylorMade Performance Lab. Visit tailormadefitting.ca.
Enjoy a round of golf on two of Canada's top public courses at Wolf Creek, designed by renowned architect Rod Whitman. If you haven't been to Wolf Creek recently, now's the time to check out the best course conditions in years. Enjoy a pure links golf experience and great course conditions. After your game, relax at Barney's Lounge with great food, drinks, and patio views. It's a destination getaway only a short drive away in Ponoka. Visit wolfcreekgolf.com to learn more.
We return to the VIP Golf Show, presented by Arden Roof Systems, with your hosts, Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock, only on your clear choice for sports, Edmonton Sports Talk.
Welcome back to the VIP Golf Show, presented by Arden Roof Systems here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Murray McCourt, here along with Curtis Stock. This segment is brought to you by the Colonial Golf Club. Known for the best putting surfaces in the Edmonton area, we offer a private club experience at public course value. Book your tee time today at colonial.ca. And again, we are joined by Tahlon Sweenie, Director of Golf at the Jasper Park Lodge Golf Club. Now, Tahlon, the course is set to reopen, as you said, July 1st for its centennial season, 100 years of golf at JPL. Can you tell us where things stand now? What's new or different, and what can golfers expect when they return this summer?
Absolutely, Murray. As I was touching on a little bit in the last segment, there's been a lot of extensive work that has been done, and there's a lot more that's going to be ongoing. It's truly going to be, a very unique experience for our golfers over the next couple of years. Not often do you get an opportunity to be a part of a recovery process and play through some of the transformation that's going to be happening over the golf course for the next couple of years. Some of the work that has already been done, like I said, we removed 7,000 trees throughout the winter months. One of the biggest things I think or experiences that guests are going to notice is obviously, playing through the extent of the damage on the trees, like seeing up in the mountain ranges and seeing all of those trees up there, while at the same time looking down and playing through, what I feel is very good golfing conditions. Along with the tree removal, we have, like I said, a 3-phase approach on all of the restoration efforts. The first phase started obviously last year, and will be going until the end of the fall, which was the hazardous tree removal, the irrigation mainline replacement. So like I said, we're replacing our entire mainline irrigation while being open for play. So you usually don't get to be a part of that too often. And luckily we have that 19th hole, which we're going to be activating. The wild course fence, which was basically, we had 2 fences out there on the golf course that had a wildlife corridor, which wildlife wasn't able to freely roam through. We lost that in the fire as well. So the fencing, we'll be starting to build a new fence in the beginning of August throughout the play. And the fencing is going to be a little different. It's going to be back to where it was about 25 years ago. So it's just going to be a perimeter fence. So it won't be as much wildlife roaming through the golf course, but you know what? Our golf course is going to be in much better condition. We're not going to have to worry about nearly as many elk prints, bear prints, paw prints holding up the golf course. So you're going to see a lot better conditioning from that. And obviously, if you ask an architect or if you ask a superintendent what they think about trees, well, they would rather have fewer than more. So you can expect a lot better conditions moving forward. As you got to think about 100 years of trees encroaching through the golf course, and living in a national park, you don't just have the ability to take a limb off a tree. You got to have about 3 people sign off on it to remove a tree. So, at the end of the day, if there's some silver linings here, the conditioning is drastically going to start to improve. And again, once we get the irrigation fully restored and running, a lot of those green sites that we struggled with in the spring are going to be a lot better and a lot quicker. Temporary facilities this year. So we have, we've secured luxury shelters, luxury washrooms. We've rebranded an F&B station out there, temporary. All that infrastructure is going to start taking place in the phase 2, which is basically early next year till the end of 26. We've replaced 7 green sites. So holes 4, 7, 8, 13, 14, and 16 were replaced. We basically reshaped 4 of those holes, holes 7, 8, 13 and 16. 7 and 16 are, in my opinion, the most improved holes on the golf course. Hole 7, it is going to almost feel brand new to everybody. But the ironic part is, if you took a photo of it today, right now, what it looks like, and you took a photo of what opening day looked like on hole 7, it literally looks exactly the same. We reshaped the hole. We increased the size of it by about 25%. So now you can put a flag in from the back tee, and you're probably playing at 215 yards. If the listeners can recall, the whole right side of number 7 was encroached by trees. You couldn't hit a draw to save your life on that hole unless you hit some type of pull cut. That was the only way to get to that right side of the right side of the green site. Now it's wide open. Ian Andrew was out here in the first week of May, and he was doing his thing with our shapers out there, and it was just amazing to see how individuals like Ian look at a golf course. Obviously, being a golf pro, we look at it from a playing standpoint. As you evolve in the succession of your career, you start to look at agronomy, you start to look at shaping, architecture a little bit differently, and looking at how he prepares a golf course through his eyes has been such an invaluable learning experience. Bunker restoration, we restored 2 bunkers on 7. We have 5 more to restore, which we'll be tackling in the spring of next year. The tree rehabilitation plan, So obviously you can't replant trees without having the wildlife fence back up. Otherwise the wildlife would just chew all your trees up. So once we get the fencing in by the end of this year, in the spring of next year, we will start our rehabilitation plan and our tree rehabilitation plan and seedling plan, which Ian has put together. We're starting our hydro seeding. So there are areas on the golf course that are close to the tree line that, burnt so hot that the minerals in the soil just aren't able to reproduce any growth. So we're going to be hydro seeding multiple areas on the golf course in the second week of July, followed by an extensive hydro seeding plan once the irrigation line is complete. We had our golf course re-rated. Alberta Golf, generously came out for 2 full days. Thank you very much, Alberta Golf, for coming out here and using the new World Handicap system to put together our new hole ratings. There's a lot of changes. There's, I think, 10 or 11 holes that have switched ratings. So if you've had the same bets going for the last 20 years and your handicap's about a 5 or 6, I think it's going to benefit a little bit more players now. So I'm excited to see how that all plays out. But again, big thanks to Alberta Golf. And then the permanent infrastructure is all going to start at the beginning of next year. We're on version 3 with the architect to rebuild the turf care facility, and we're going to try and restore the historical shelter. So there's 3 shelters on the golf course that are 100 years old. They have that cobblestone base. We believe the integrity of those bases are going to be okay, and we're just going to rebuild to spec of those historical shelters so we can talk about it for years to come.
I keep trying to imagine 300-meter tall flames. I mean, that's 3 football fields.
I have a lot of close friends that are working with parks and are firefighters, and there has been a lot of conversations at the category level of storm and fire that was in the park. Similar to like an F5 tornado. They're pondering if there should be another phase or if there should be another level, because that's how extensive the fire was here. It wasn't only the height of the fire, it was the winds. That's what destroyed the irrigation system, was all the uprooting of all the aspens, all the firs near the irrigation lines, just tore it right out. In doing that walking on 16, there's a 206-year-old Doug fir that was just laying right down on the 16 green site with galvanized steel irrigation line 25 feet sticking straight in the air. Takes a lot of destruction to do something like that. And, a massive storm.
After such a challenging year, what does it mean to you and your team to welcome golfers back for this landmark 100th anniversary season?
Without trying to get too emotional, it means everything. To be the ability to reopen this golf course in less than 1 year with, which was one of the most extensive destructive things I've ever, had to see. It's incredible. It's, I'm just so happy, and I just hope everyone is so grateful for all the work that's gone in to just be able to open this year. And like I said, this is just a start. We're going to get better for the next 2 to 3 years, and we're going to be even better than we were. The views are amazing now. Once you get through the first 3 or 4 holes and the shock value kind of starts to wear off, you notice that you can see through every tree line. You can see the mountain ranges now. As before, they just looked like, they look like mountains, but just completely covered in trees. And all you could see was green. Now you're starting to see the growth come up from all the base of all the mountains. You can see ranges, you can see shelves, and you can see the golf course the way Stanley Thompson wanted you to see it. Like I said, 100 years of growth and encroached trees. You lost a little bit of the framework of some of the holes and some of the vistas. They're unbelievable now. And like I said, the juxtaposition between seeing those mountain ranges and seeing the shelves and seeing, 5 or 6 holes when you could only see 2 holes previously, it's pretty wild, and it's cool. And I can't wait for golfers to see what we've done. And you're going to be able to see where we're headed. And it's just going to, like I said, it's going to add to the aura of this place, because we survived, and we're still here. We're still pushing forward. And I'm so excited. It's going to be emotional. You're going to have all the feels next week, but at the same time, this is Edmonton's backyard. I'm just so proud.
I always say that I hate the 18th hole at Jasper, because you play that and the round is over. But it sounds like that Jasper is even better than it was before, which seems impossible.
You know, at the end of the day, this was a natural occurrence, and you got to start to see the positives and everything. There's nothing that, you know, really could have done to prevent this. I went through all the stages of all grieving. I've had 11 months to wrap my head around this. But at the same time, like it was a natural, it's a natural thing. And you're already seeing the growth, and golfers are going to be quite surprised with the condition and the integrity of golf course tee to green. But at the same time, you know, there's going to be a lot of feels when you go out there and you know, you're playing your favorite golf course, and you get to see, you know, what a wildfire to that extent can do in a very short amount of time.
What special centennial events, tributes, or commemorative experiences are planned for guests throughout the 2025 season?
Yeah, so we're going to be celebrating for obviously a couple of years. You know, there were some, you know, leading up to the pre-fire, we had a large committee put together, and we were going to do a gala. We were going to do a lot of really special things. Obviously, the miracle is, you know, the efforts went into opening the golf course. We're going to be celebrating for the next 2 years. There's going to be some elevated amenities for all of our guests, kind of a 100th anniversary welcome pack, to sort of say. You're going to get a collector's tin. You're going to get a historical scorecard, as we obviously have new tees for this year. You can actually play the original 18-hole layout with hickory clubs if you like. Inside there, you're going to get a divot tool. You're going to get 100th anniversary custom tees, which actually have 5 colors on them to talk about, you know, the 5 processes of the fire. So there's a little bit of story to tell with that. We're going to have activations. The only piece of infrastructure that survived was the starter's hut. So we're activating the starter's hut. There's going to be a historical timeline. In there, we're going to do time capsule ceremony with the Stanley Thompson Society, who has an event here in September. You know, tons of little things, tons of little activations to celebrate for the year. But, you know, a lot of the effort, a lot of the resources went into, you know, being able to open and just to be able to say that you played on the 100th anniversary of the golf course.
Tahlon, we're running out of time here. So one last one for you. How do you hope that this centennial season will contribute to Jasper's ongoing story as a world-class golf destination? And then after that, just follow up with, if people want to get out and play there this year and support you, how can they do that?
Well, I think what is great truly lives on. You know, this golf course is 100 years old. You know, there's been countless amount of rounds played here, and there's so much love and support for Jasper. You know, I think it's only going to add to the legacy of this golf course. And I'll be honest, by the end of 27, the start of 27 season, this place is truly going to look special, and it's only going to start. It's only going to get better and better, and we got to keep up to the competition that's popping up around the area, and keeping up with our friends down the road. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, this is such a meaningful golf course to the Canadian golf history, and you know, we're doing everything we possibly can to ensure that we set this golf course on the right track for the next 100 years, and certainly, you know, can't wait to invite everybody to be a part of the recovery this year and see what we're doing.
So how can people book tee times, Tahlon?
JasperMountainGolf.com. You can call into the golf shop. We'll be able to book your times. You can use the Jasper Golf app, and we'll be able to secure your times for you this year.
Awesome. Well, you've been extremely generous with your time, Tahlon. I know this last year for you has been a whirlwind of emotions, and I'm going to be thinking of you on July 1 when first ball gets hit, buddy.
Thanks, Murray, Curtis. I appreciate your time, and like I said, look forward to welcoming everybody to be part of my recovery. Thank you so much.
Awesome. That was Tahlon Sweenie, Director of Golf at Jasper Park Lodge. We're really quickly going to get into the Century Mile Minute. Catch live thoroughbred and quarter horse racing action every Friday and Saturday. Plus, enjoy exciting slots, electronic table games, vibrant dining, and more. Century Mile is the entertainment destination located next to the Edmonton International Airport. For more information, visit centurymile.com. And another congratulations goes out to Curtis Stock as his horse won again.
Keystone, who we picked last week, yeah.
Well, that's amazing, Stalker.
It is amazing. Yeah, 2 in a row now. So now we'll go for the hat trick. But the buzz from Century Mile this week was on Friday night when Big Hug, who was last year's Alberta Horse of the Year, ran. It was her first start in 3 months. She'd been racing in California, but they gave her some time off. and she came from way back, 5 wide, just an amazing, tough mare that just kept going and won easily, and she'll win again. She's going to pay nickels and dimes, and so we're looking for a bigger one. And the bigger price that I've come up with is Sir Bregovic. He's 9 years old. He's going to find a draw that finds him inside, and in a race that doesn't have as much speed as he's been in the last couple times, he'll go wire to wire and shock a few people.
Alrighty. There's your tips from the horse racing champion, Curtis Stock. On the other side of the break, we're going to get you some golf tips with Matt Moss. Stay with us. This is the VIP Golf Show on Edmonton Sports Talk.
It's back. The 6th annual Ardent Roof Systems Charity Golf Classic at the Ranch Golf and Country Club. Tee off for a great cause with hole-in-one contests, food and drink stations, dunk tanks, and even a chance to win a golf trip for 2 to Pebble Beach. Be a part of an incredible day on one of Edmonton's most picturesque courses, all in support of the Stollery Child Life Program. Golf, give back, make a difference. The 6th annual Ardent Roof Systems Charity Golf Classic. Sign up, sponsor, or learn more today at ardentroofsystems.com.
I came in 2 under par.
I ended up in the pond again. Whether you're an old pro or just out for fun, Devon Golf is the course to hit, no matter how skilled you are. Just 30 minutes from Edmonton, Devon Golf boasts scenic valley views and incredible conditions. Golf 18 tree-lined holes along the North Saskatchewan River, or if you're just here for the post-game celebration, check out the Greens restaurant for a bite on their patio. Devon Golf, truly a hidden gem. To book your tee time, visit devongolf.ca.
Trestle Creek Golf Resort, just 45 minutes west of Edmonton, is one of the best RV resorts in Alberta. With a championship golf course, water park, sports park, and spectacular views, you won't have to leave. Spend your time relaxing and getting back to the great outdoors. Phase 5 lots are selling now with prices starting at $89,000. You can live year-round or just spend the summer. Either way, Trestle Creek has you covered with plenty of year-round activities. Book your tour or tee time at trestlecreek.ca. Acme Scrap Iron and Metals offers fast, friendly, and reliable service. They will supply containers of different sizes to remove all types of metals and for the removal of demolition waste. Plus, they buy steel, cast iron, copper, aluminum, brass, and more. With 50 years of business, Acme Scrap Iron and Metals has created a strong commitment to the proper handling of materials and adhere to environmental standards. Visit acmescrapmetal.com for hours of operation and call 780-447-1623 to arrange for a container.
From the fairways of Edmonton to the greens of the BC Rockies, you'll never miss a course with VIP Golf. VIP Golf members enjoy preferred rates at over 70 top courses in Alberta and BC. They play 7 days a week and average 40 to 60% off regular rates with no payments due at the course. Just book with VIP Golf, show your ID, then grip it and rip it. With so many courses under one umbrella, it's no wonder they're the membership of choice for so many Albertans. To learn more, visit their website today at vipgolf.ca.
Let your perfect day of golf start at the 27-hole Legends Golf and Country Club. With picturesque views of the River Valley and only 4 minutes off the Orem Road exit from the Henday, the Legends also features a large grass driving tee range and the world's largest golf car museum. Visit the legendsgolf.ca website to plan your next round with drone flights over all 3 nines. To book your tee time at Edmonton's finest full facility 27-hole golf course, call 780-449-4911 or visit us online.
Ready to level up your golf game? Come swing by the Ranch Golf and Country Club, where serious golf meets serious fun. With a championship-style course, pristine conditions, and above all, a fun laid-back atmosphere, the Ranch is where every round feels like a getaway. Get top-notch service at unmatched value every time you play at the Ranch. Think you have what it takes to go low? Bring your A game and find out why the Ranch is the best value in golf. 25, 50, 100, and 200 round packs on sale. TheRanchGolf.com.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. The hosts of the VIP Golf Show are also published authors. That's right, your golf show hosts Curtis Stock and Murray McCourt both have incredible books out right now. Search on Amazon for The Turcots, the remarkable story of a horse racing dynasty by Curtis Stock, and Outside the Tee Box, my personal journey and secrets to success in the golf business by Murray McCourt. Order your copies today. Available on Amazon. Now you know.
Your logo matters. So if you're gonna put it onto something, it's gotta be tough enough to be useful. Tough Stuff Promotions works as hard as you do to create personalized swag that's tough enough for your hard-working name. Whether it's promotional items, branded clothing, industrial workwear, golf, or athletics, Tough Stuff works hard for hard-working folks. Get the tough stuff you need when you need it. For easy ordering, call 780-470-4545 or visit toughstuffpromotions.com.
Wake up with the Nielsen Show with Dustin Nielsen and Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9 on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
We return to the VIP Golf Show, presented by Arden Roof Systems, with your hosts, Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock. Only on your clear choice for sports, Edmonton Sports Talk.
Welcome back to the VIP Golf Show, presented by Ardent Roof Systems here on Edmonton Sports Talk. My name is Murray McCourt, here along with Curtis Stock. This segment is brought to you by the PGA of Alberta. Looking to shed strokes this summer? The PGA of Canada professionals in Alberta know their stuff, from equipment and technology to technique. They're your most trusted resource for getting more out of the game you love. Visit pgaofalberta.com and get to know your local pro today. And we have one of those local pros sitting right beside me right now. This is Matt Maw, teaching a professional at the Millwoods Golf Club here in the city. How are you today, Matt?
Pretty good, you?
Yeah, doing really well.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. We appreciate you coming in and joining us today. The First Tee program at Millwoods is becoming a cornerstone for introducing young players to golf at Millwoods. Can you share how the program works and the impact it's having on kids in the community?
Yeah, we're just getting started with that. To register, it's all through the First Tee program. So I believe it's First Tee Alberta. Just Google that. I think that's the address as well. But First Tee Alberta, we're looking to get a group of 12 juniors together for a weekly program. I believe we have one spot left, last I heard. But there's some one-day camps as well to introduce kids to the game. Big thing with that is we're just trying to use golf as a vehicle to, educate kids about life. Give them life learning skills for much further down the road.
The program offers leadership programs, girls and empowerment events, and community service workshops, and things to keep kids going when they're still just learning.
Yeah, just gives them an avenue to get into sport, which I think is really powerful for them to as an outlet to learn some different skills, gain some confidence. Especially, because golf isn't, going to be a professional sport for everyone. They can still use this as something in their life when they're in business or school networking, anything sort of like that.
The First Tee program is relying upon charitable contributions to carry out the mission. Mm-hmm. How do you do that?
So I know with my program, I do have another private donor as well, but there's lots of ways to fundraise to help the kids, because the biggest thing with them is there's not going to be, no one's going to be turned down due to lack of money, we'll say. Golf is pretty expensive. I know your kid's in one of my programs. It's not the cheapest thing there is to do, but no kid will be turned away from this program. There might be an extra form to fill out, but it will find financial assistance for you if that's something you need.
What ages are you looking at?
Right now, it's 7 to 12 years old, I believe, is the age limit in Alberta right now. There's a lot of training going on to run this program through a partnership between Golf Canada and our PGA. So we're hopefully going to roll out the older age group next year.
And the one at Millwood is July 5th to August 16th?
Mm-hmm. And then there's also a one-day camps it's on the website, but July 21st, I know for sure. And I can't remember
if you can remember all that, Matt.
There's a lot of dates in my schedule, but this is one I always remember for the most part. I think August 15th is the other one.
Now, you've also got a 2025 First Tee Alberta Cup at Mickelson National Golf Club on September 8th. Talk about that one.
Yeah, it's a good fundraiser for the organization there. Mickelson National is an awesome golf course. I'm actually heading down there next week to play their invitational. So if you're a big company or just an individual and you have some funds and you want to help support the program, definitely check that out.
For new golfers who might feel intimidated stepping onto the course for the first time, what advice do you have on how to start and what skills to focus on early?
I definitely think joining, some sort of beginner group program from any professional is going to be very helpful. For me, I run the Operation 36 program for adults as well. So we sort of start from the green or the scoring zone, which is the green, and we work backwards. Learn how to putt, learn how to chip. We do introduce some full swing concepts at the start, but I like to go and kind of teach them how to score first. I kind of think of this as if you played hockey with no nets.
Yeah.
Kind of a crazy game, but let's learn how to score, learn how the game gets played. You see most amateurs play, like there's enough shots being taken around the green, they can sort of learn that way, I think.
Joining us on the VIP Golf Show, presented by Ardent Roof Systems, is Matt Maw, teaching professional at the Millwoods Golf Club. Now, I'm excited that Luke is in the not the young 36ers, I think it's called now. It's Operation 36.
He's straight up with 36
because
now,
you got your work cut out for him, getting him to get 2 or 3 putts on a game instead of 5 or 6. But when it comes to developing junior competitors, what are the key areas you emphasize in their training, and how do you help them balance competition with fun?
Big one. I like to do a lot of games with them. Keep it really loose for fun. Like I'm really like a big support system for them, I think sometimes. But for juniors, I think the biggest thing is just finding a place to play. I think, like as a junior, I'm guessing you were probably there 5-6 days a week kind of thing.
7 for 14 hours a day.
Exactly. So, golf is a very difficult game. It just takes quite a bit of experience, I guess we'll say. So trying to find a place to like, so the first question I asked, like, do you have a membership somewhere? Because junior memberships are fairly accessible in a decent amount of places. I know Millwoods, I'm pretty sure, I think it's $350, I think still since 1980, whatever. Been the same price every year. The Cardiff Golf Club does a great job with junior memberships as well. There's certainly a lot more. I just don't know where they all are, but trying to get out at least 2-3 days a week, practice another couple days, even if it's just putting around the green for a couple hours, playing for a Coke or something with your buddies, anything.
Yeah.
What kind of games do you have them play?
Just sometimes it could just be like a par 27 around the green.
Yeah.
I like to play a little tic-tac-toe with them on the putting green, get them controller. I'll just actually draw out like a little tic-tac-toe board with some chalk on the green. Thanks, Todd at Millwoods, for putting up with me for that. But that helps them control their speed and aim, but they're playing a game, so they kind of lose track of what they're actually doing. That's probably my funnest game.
Yeah. Expectation management is a big part of golf.
Mm-hmm.
How do you help your students understand realistic outcomes and play smarter, especially when it comes to practice habits and how they should be practicing?
Yeah, like usually the first one that pops up is probably putting. So tour average from, I believe it's 8 feet 10 inches is 50-50. So when we see an 8-foot putt, I mean, that's a coin flip for a professional. I think I see too many amateurs, they get upset when they miss like a 30-footer and they'll hit it to like 3 feet. I'm like, that's a really good putt. And, I think the big thing is sometimes if you don't know what's good is you'll try to do something different. So I always want to make sure if they do hit good putts or good shots, like they know that that's very good for their skill level. But that's where I think a lot of people get frustrated and they might either stop the game or they get way too frustrated on the golf course that they can't really play freely anymore. They expect something that's really not going to happen too often. It's, I guess golf's kind of weird where you kind of find the amateurs always think they're going to be just as good as the pros. I think you've seen that enough in your day. So sometimes I think if you know what you should expect, it just helps make the game a lot easier, and then you'll relax, that you'll start to play to your potential that way.
You also see a lot of golf pros like us think that we should be playing like tour pros and getting angry and crabby that they're making 30-foot putts too.
Yeah, I mean we're working full-time jobs, so it's different. I mean sometimes we can put some good rounds together, but to do it, day in day out like the pros or the touring professionals is it's a pretty difficult task.
We were talking off air about youth sport community podcast that you've put together. What's that all about?
Yeah, so a couple of friends of mine, Sean Connaughton and Taylor Medic, we put together the Youth Sports Community Podcast. So we're trying to enhance youth sports and I guess technically everywhere, but we're kind of focusing around the Edmonton area. So we've been interviewing a lot of local coaches, ex-NHL players, just sort of getting there. We go back in time and kind of see their youth sport experience, but then how can we relate this to today and what can we do to improve the development of a youth sport today?
Joining us on the VIP Golf Show is Matt Maw. Matt, from your experience, how does participating in youth sports, golf, and other sports as well shape a person's life skills and success as an adult?
I think it just gives you, like team sports, for example, like you learn how to work with others, you learn to work with leadership, become a leader yourself. In individual sports, you kind of learn a lot of accountability, which I guess you do in all sports in general. But I think there's a good way to mix both in where, if you it's a team, I think is very important because later in life, you're always working in teams quite a bit. Think about yourself at the golf course, you'd be kind of the GM, or you are the GM, I guess, right? So, but then, you have, your head pro, which is kind of your coach, and then you have other players, under you. And it's experience where if you don't have team sports background, sometimes you don't really work well with others. Then for individual sports, it's a way that someone can kind of shine on their own and kind of just have the spotlight all on them and learn how to deal with those experiences.
You're the teaching professional at Millwoods. How was the course this year?
The course is really good. We just did a dry ject. It's an aeration, but it's really good, so it's very playable still. So we're gearing up for our Pro-Am in August. We just had the Edmonton Amateur actually out there a couple weeks ago, and
right.
I think they all enjoyed the course quite a bit. It's been raining quite a bit right now, so yeah, we are a little wet. I think everyone's going to be wet right now, but the greens came in really well. I think Todd said it was the best he's seen it in his time.
They're fast as always.
They will be.
They will be.
Well, they're quick in general, but yeah, for us, we got a ways to go for that still.
A little harder with this much rain to get them rolling crazy fast for sure.
And I think for daily play, it's not really something you want. There's a certain speed I think that's kind of fair for everyone.
You are a great player in your own right, and you said you're going down to Mickelson Invitational next week. How's your game so far this year? And that's a big purse at Mickelson Invitational. Are you going to take home the title?
I'm heading out there, have a good time right now. It's a pretty good field. I think I can compete if I play really well, but there's a lot of guys playing full time there, and I'm still working, obviously. So just it's a course I really enjoy. The camaraderie there is awesome. So I'm just gonna go try to play a couple of good rounds and see what happens. I also the same thing with expectations. Like I don't want to put it too high. I just want to make sure I'm playing my game and everything kind of works out and great. So yeah, I've been playing pretty well this year. We'll see.
Well, that course is an absolute brute from the tips, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. It's 77. I don't know. It's the tour length course there. We're in Calgary, which so the elevation's going to help a little bit, and I'm hoping there's no more rain in Calgary because I need that thing as dry as possible.
Yes, I hear you. Well, Matt, for parents or juniors listening who want to get more involved in golf, what programs do you offer at Millwoods to help them get started, and how can they sign up for the programs that you offer at Millwoods?
Yeah, so Operation 36, the information should be on our website, millwoodsgolfcourse.com. If not, you can email me at mattm at mwgolf.ca. For the first tee, I'm just going to say Google First Tee Alberta under programs. You'll be able to find Millwoods. There's also, I believe, Rundle Park in town, and I think Broadmoor might have a program as well.
We did have First Tee, the manager of First Tee Alberta in Canada, on the show a few weeks back, and talked all about that program. It's obviously fabulous, and he mentioned that you guys were a big part of it and a big supporter of it. So it's great that you do that. And I did my research to find out when my son was in the programs at Windermere. I did my and couldn't do it anymore. I did my research to find out where I wanted him to go, and you're where I sent him. So you guys have a great reputation there at Millwoods, and for anyone looking to get involved, they got a great program out there, and check them out. And we certainly appreciate your time again coming in today, and good luck with your playing, your teaching, and your new podcast venture.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Manny.
Awesome. That's Matt Maw. Joining us from the Millwoods Golf Club, the teaching professional there. On the other side of the break, we're going to go around YEG, check in with Jeff Cuthbertson, executive golf professional at the Stony Plain Golf Club. This is the VIP Golf Show on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Grab your clubs and tee up for the ultimate summer of golf with Country Club Tour. Get access to 7 premier 18-hole courses plus indoor facilities. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned pro or just starting out. Country Club Tour has a course for every level of golfer. Get the most out of this golf season at great courses like Goose Hummock, Redtail Landing, Sandpiper, River Ridge, Raven Crest, Whitetail Crossing, or Montgomery Glen. Make the most out of this golf season at countryclubtour.com.
Every golfer's swing is different. TaylorMade Master Fitters customize clubs based on size, speed, and ability. From tour pro to the casual golfer, everyone can benefit from clubs that are custom fit for their game. Featuring the most extensive range of custom club components from driver through to putter, TaylorMade Performance Centers offer one-on-one tour-level fittings and TrackMan launch monitor technology. Visit the TaylorMade Performance Center at the Ranch Golf and Country Club to take your golf game to the next level and dial in your equipment. For more details and to book your fitting, visit TaylorMadeFitting.ca.
Enjoy a round of golf on two of Canada's top public courses at Wolf Creek, designed by renowned architect Rod Whitman. If you haven't been to Wolf Creek recently, now's the time to check out the best course conditions in years. Enjoy a pure links golf experience and great course conditions. After your game, relax at Barney's Lounge with great food, drinks, and patio views. It's a destination getaway only a short drive away in Ponoka. Visit wolfcreekgolf.com to learn more. Accelerate business connections at an executive level with Corporate Connections. We connect leaders around the world and empower them to create opportunities and meaningful change in their organizations, communities, and lives. Join a trusted network of top CEOs and industry pioneers. Share challenges, gain insights, and benefit from peer-to-peer experience sharing. Together, we elevate leadership, build personal and professional growth while expanding influence, and together building a brighter future. Corporate Connections is your gateway to transformative connections. Visit us at corporatecommunications.com, where leaders connect.
Grab your clubs and tee up for your best golf season yet. Hone your skills and improve your game at the Country Club Golf Tour Academy. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned pro or just starting out. Country Club Tour offers the best lesson programs for every level of golfer. Take your skill set to a higher level and train with their simulators, launch monitors, and PGA of Canada's teaching professionals. You can train all year long at their 7 golf courses and indoor golf center. Sign up for lessons with the CCT Golf Academy today and countryclubtour.com.
Ardent Roof Systems is one of only 5 companies in Western Canada with a Platinum Preferred Contractor status from Owens Corning and the recent recipient of the Owens Corning Top Performer in Canada Award. If your roof has seen too many Alberta winters, it's time to give Stacy and the gang from Ardent a call. From repairs to replacement, Ardent will take care of you. Even if you have another quote, get them out to have a look. For more info, hit ardentroofsystems.com. And you can thank me later.
Join us for the return of the Tom Goodchild Memorial Golf Tournament on Thursday, June 26 at Millwoods Golf Course. Enjoy a day of golf while supporting a great cause. Start your day with a delicious breakfast, followed by a round of golf at the scenic Millwoods Golf Course. Then unwind with drinks and indulge in a gourmet dinner, all culminating in a lively auction. Come out and celebrate Tom Goodchild's legacy while supporting the Tom Goodchild Memorial Bursary, which assists NAIT culinary students in financial need. The Tom Goodchild Memorial Golf Tournament on Thursday, June 26 at Millwoods Golf Course. Don't miss out on the fun. Sign up now at sawmill.ca/golf. That's sawmill.ca/golf.
Every golfer's swing is different. TaylorMade Master Fitters customize clubs based on size, speed, and ability. From tour pro to the casual golfer, everyone can benefit from clubs that are custom fit for their game. Featuring the most extensive range of custom club components from driver through to putter, TaylorMade Performance Centers offer one-on-one tour-level fittings and TrackMan launch monitor technology. Visit the TaylorMade Performance Center at the Ranch Golf and Country Club to take your golf game to the next level and dial in your equipment. For more details and to book your fitting, visit TaylorMadeFitting.ca.
Immerse yourself in a world where golf intertwines with the historic valor of the Canadian Armed Forces. At the Edmonton Garrison Memorial Golf Club, every round connects you with the courageous stories of our military's past. With fairways set against genuine combat equipment and historic monuments, your game becomes a meaningful link to the legacy of those who've served. And make sure to aim carefully to avoid a memorable shot off a tank. Get your membership and celebrate the challenge of golf and the honor of our armed forces. Visit egmgolf.com for more.
From the fairways of Edmonton to the greens of the BC Rockies, you'll never miss a course with VIP Golf. VIP Golf members enjoy preferred rates at over 70 top courses in Alberta and BC. They play 7 days a week and average 40 to 60% off regular rates with no payments due at the course. Just book with VIP Golf, show your ID, then grip it and rip it. With so many courses under one umbrella, it's no wonder they're the membership of choice for so many Albertans. To learn more, visit their website today at VIPgolf.ca.
We return to the VIP Golf Show, presented by Ardent Roof Systems, with your hosts, Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock, only on your clear choice for sports, Edmonton Sports Talk.
Welcome back to the VIP Golf Show presented by Ardent Roof Systems here on Edmonton Sports Talk. My name is Murray McCourt here along with Curtis Stock. This segment brought to you by the Twin Willows Golf Club, part of Edmonton's golf community since 1965. Visit us at twinwillowsgolf.com and get to a text here. Good morning, gentlemen. Well, you both had Fleetwood last week and it looked good for 71 holes, but as is the case with Tommy, he just can't seem to finish off a PGA event. So you are still all tied going to the Rocket Mortgage. Who are you taking this week? And
Fleetwood, unbelievable.
Fleetwood, unbelievable. Like, the guy is a good player.
Yeah.
But as I said to you before the show, winning isn't easy. Just ask the Edmonton Oilers. And he just can't get it done. He can't get across the finish line.
My son had him at 20-1 before the tournament started.
Well, I'm surprised he was only 21. You did say it was a lesser field than normal, sure. But man, he once he gets across that barrier,
if he gets across it,
well, for sure. But if he does once, I think it'll happen more and more because he is a good player. But what do you got this week? Who's your pick?
Colin Morikawa. I think he's starting from about 4 shots back, but I think he can do it. I always thought that he was going to be the part of the new wave coming in, but so far he really hasn't stepped up that way.
Well, I did win a major.
And that's when I thought that he would keep going.
Yeah, but he really hasn't. But okay, well, I was a little surprised at that pick for you, Stalker, since you usually take the front dog.
That's right. Now I'm taking a back one.
Yeah, I'm taking Chris Kirk.
Chris
Kirk was right in contention in this tournament a year ago. He's in contention again. Again this week, so he obviously plays well at the golf course. 2 back. He's 2 back. So that's who I'm taking. So I should
get double then if I'm spotting all these.
Yeah, but you got a guy with better pedigree. When I told you I was taking Chris Kirk, you said who?
Who?
Yeah. So maybe we'll just that 2-shot spread. We'll just let the sleeping dogs lie there.
All right.
Let's Zach. Do we have Jeff with us? I know you're working with him there. Okay, he's just about to get him on. Stalker, you're playing golf with me today. First game together this year.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, there's 16 guys playing at the ranch in a big skins game.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
And but there's a net skins game. There's gross and net and KP, Stalker.
I'm glad there's a net.
Well, of course you are. You sandbagger. You and Carius. Carius usually wins a skin because he birdies number 5, which is a net eagle. He does that. He's done that like 2 or 3 times this year and won some money.
Ooh.
I know. I don't know why he's good at that hole. Oh, I see Cuthby with us. Good morning, Jeff. How you doing? Oh, no sound. We're still working on it. Can you hear me? I can do a little test.
I can hear you guys.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Good morning, Jeff. How you doing?
Good morning, Murray. Morning, Curtis. How you guys doing today?
Great.
Yeah, all good. How are things your way?
A busy morning. Had some issues with the device that didn't want to log in, so I apologize for running a minute or two late here today, guys.
Oh, God. Good. We've been behind all day, so it was actually maybe a little helpful. Your custom fitting programs at Stony Plain have earned a lot of praise, especially since Bob McEachran started leading the way in that area for you. Can you tell us about the brands you offer for fitting and what makes your approach unique for golfers of all skill levels in the club fitting area?
Yeah, absolutely, Maria. It's a great question. It's something that we've jumped in with both feet here at the Stony Plain Golf Course. This year we're custom fitting TaylorMade, Ping, Callaway, Cobra, Titleist, and Mizuno golf equipment here at the club. So kind of the major 7 brands that we have in golf at this point. And Bob's out at the range a minimum of at least 2 days a week. We do book appointments ahead of schedule. We use a TrackMan launch monitor to make sure we're providing all the most current and recent data that we can get as far as angle of attack, speeds, path, launch angles, everything we need to make sure we're getting the customer fit with the proper equipment. And brand-wise for us, Murray, we're not super specific. We don't necessarily try to sell 1 or 2 brands only. We're doing our best to make sure we get people fit in the right product that works best for them at that time.
And you touched on Bob McEachran, who brings over 30 years of experience and some impressive accolades to the club. Just tell us about what his expertise adds to the fitting experience.
You know what, Curtis, there's so much to do. And Murray, I know you guys do lots of fitting as well. There's so much technology in fitting right now that to have a guy like Bob at the club who's been doing it for over 30 years, that's really his only key focus with us at the club is to be current and up to date with all of the different brands, all of the latest technologies. And with somebody with that much experience, you know that you're going to get a great fit when he's finished.
Now, Stony Plain is hosting the prestigious PGA of Alberta Club Professional Championships this summer. What does it mean to Stony there to have this tournament?
You know what, Chris? We love working with the PGA of Alberta and to get to work with our fellow professionals and host them here at the club. It gives us an opportunity to show off the work that our superintendent, Bill Gregoire, and his team are doing for us. Gives us a chance to showcase the club, but also hopefully host a great event where guys come down, we shoot some good scores, and guys enjoy a couple of great days of golf.
What does what can the players expect from the golf course?
Well, it's in great shape right now. I think, like most of us around the city, everywhere I've played has been in great shape so far this spring and this summer. Course is going to be a little bit firmer. We're getting some wind today and some heat this week. Greens are firm and fast right now, so it should be a great championship, Curtis.
You're also hosting the Edmonton Junior Championship. How important are these junior events to the club?
Well, I think all of us in the industry know that without our junior players, we don't have a business. We need to keep new players coming into our game. COVID was great for that, for sure. But without the juniors to continue to push forward and keep pushing golf forward, it's impressive to see how good some of the junior players are in our province. And
amazing.
I expect we're going to see more of them hopefully playing at higher levels, whether it's college or university. You know, hopefully some more Canadian kids playing on the PGA Tour or LPGA Tour in the future.
Yeah.
Joining us on the VIP Golf Show is Jeff Cuthbertson, executive professional at the Stony Plain Golf Club. Now, Jeff, I got to say, I obviously must have good fashion sense because I own that same jacket. So if I'm dressing like Jeff Cuthbertson, I know I'm doing something right.
Murray, I'm just trying to be as fit as you, my friend. That's all. Hey, you're looking good in the medium golf shirts these days, Murray.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. Now, Jeff, Graham Nelson joined your team last year as your head teaching professional. Can you tell us about Graham's background and the lesson programs he's offering for golfers of all ages and abilities? And just before you answer that, I'm playing in the PGA match play against him this week. So I want you to work his butt off so he's too tired and exhausted to practice, and maybe he brings a little rust with him when we play on Thursday.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, and I give credit to all of the teaching professionals we have around in the area and in the province. That's a job I personally couldn't do. I'm not sure I have the patience or the tolerance to stand on the range under the sun for 8, 10, 12 hours a day like these guys do. And we're very fortunate to have Graham with us here at the club. He brings a great playing background. Murray, I'm sure you're aware that he spent a little time chasing some of the tours when he was a bit younger down across the border in the U.S. So he brings a great playing background to the club. But just having somebody that's focused on doing just the lesson programs, working with our junior players in the area. So he's running programs for our juniors, starting at ages 6 and up. Doing programming for our adults. He's running different classes and clinics, whether it's chipping, putting, short game stuff. Graham has a little bit of everything on the go. He's here at the club pretty much 6 and 7 days of the week. So, Murray, I know he's working his butt off, so take it easy on him in the match coming up. We've just been very fortunate to have him with us here at the club, and he's been doing a great job promoting the game for the Stony Plain Golf Course.
There's no let up with Murray. You got Friday night 9 and Dine kicks off on July 4th. What can golfers look forward to this event, and how does it add to the social atmosphere at Stony Plain?
Absolutely. The 9 and Dine program is something we've been doing for a few years now, and we've modified it a little bit for this year. This year it's book your foursome. So bring yourself and 3 of your best friends or your dates. Come out for date night. It includes 9 holes of golf, a shared power cart, warm-up driving range bucket. Also gives you a $20 food voucher per player. So price for booking your foursome is $240. You book that online or call the golf shop. Our staff will get you taken care of and make sure when you come out, you guys have a great date night. So it's a good program, one that's been busy and active at the club.
Also great is your Pro Shop, which was named last year's Alberta Retailer of the Year for shops under $500,000. What sets your retail experience apart?
You know what, Curtis, there's so many good shops around the Edmonton area, but I think a lot of times at public golf, not everybody does what Murray does at the ranch and Sean or what we're doing at Stony Plain, where we really do focus on our retail operation. We're carrying multiple different brands such as Puma, Johnny O, Adidas Golf, Cutter and Buck. And we get into some of the specialized stuff with companies like Puma and Adidas, whether it's originals or the Daisy Danny line or Danny Daisy line, with Puma Golf. I think the big thing for us was just we wanted to present a shop that when people come in, they're excited to see some brands that maybe they don't get to see at other clubs at times.
With so many exciting programs and events happening, what's your vision for the future of the Stony Plain Golf Club, and how do you see the club continue to grow and serve the golf community?
Well, Curtis, this area of Spruce Grove and Stony Plain and Parkland County is quite an interesting area. We're seeing so much growth right now. The town of Stony Plain is now over just about 21,000 people live in the area. The town has a vision and a future for what it's going to look like when we're at 30,000 people. So I think with just the number of people moving into the area, golf continues to be a great sport for people to partake in, and it's been a nice addition to the community. We've got new housing developments going around the golf course as well. Not everybody enjoys having the houses around the club. I'll tell you what, it's great for business, and it's great to have that kind of additional people around the area, adding to the profile of the club.
So, Jeff, I want you to brag about the golf course a little bit, because everyone knows how good the greens are out there. That's been your reputation for years and years and years. And tell us about a couple of your favorite holes out there, and just what makes the golf course so good.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, Murray. You know what? I think the golf course itself is one that people generally find to be quite playable. A few years back, we actually limbed all of the spruce and pine trees up from the ground so that you can find your golf ball. We do our best to keep the golf course very playable for the average player to come out and enjoy their round, and hopefully do it in about 4 hours at pace of play. Couple holes that stand out in my mind. One of my favorites right now is the 16th hole. It's a longer par 4 that heads back to the west. There's a nice creek bed that's all been redone with rock work, a couple of small bridges to cross it. It's just a great hole that you have to hit a great tee shot, but the green is severe. If you don't hit a great approach shot somewhere close to the pin, it can be a nightmare to putt. There's a lot of slope, a lot of angles, and a tricky little front runoff that can take balls that are a little bit wayward off of the green and leave you hitting a tough chip shot back to the pin. So that's one of my favorite holes at the golf course. I think it just visually, it's a great looking hole from the tee box, and then the approach shot with the rock work that's been completed. It's just one of those holes that stands out in my mind.
What about the par 3? I think it's on the front 9 with all the water. That's a beautiful hole.
That's hole number 14, Curtis. Again, same thing. It's one of those holes that you have to commit to the shot you're about to hit. If you don't, you're probably going to be playing your third from the drop zone. So it's a great hole as well, with the trains in the background. The railroad tracks run right there, and we have up to 32 trains a day that come through the community. So chances are good somewhere over the course of the round, you're going to hear the train going across the tracks.
Jeff, if people want to get out and play at Stony Plain, how can they book a tee time?
Yeah, best way to book is online through our golfstonyplain.com website. Gives you all the rates, opportunity to see the tee sheets, and times that are available up to 7 days in advance.
One last one for you. Our question of the week on the show is, what is the best way to deal with a slow group in front of you? I'm really curious for your answer on this one, because I know you love slow play.
I might be one of the faster players in the PGA of Alberta. Slow play is a tough one, and it's been an industry issue and a problem for a long time. Generally, what I tell people is make sure you if you're finding it slow, make sure you check with the marshal or our starter on staff before you get into a confrontation with the group in front of you. What might seem slow to myself might still be on the proper pace of play. So let our marshalling staff deal with the slow groups, but really enjoy the day. You're out having a game of golf. I don't think there's a better place to spend some time at hanging out with some buddies or some friends and having some great conversations. So I always tell people just to be patient, let our staff deal with the slow groups. We will take care of it.
Awesome. Well, thanks as always for your time. Have yourself a great Sunday, and I hope to bump into you soon.
Sounds great, guys. It was great seeing you and chatting with you, and good luck on the rest of the show today.
Okay, thanks, Jeff.
That was Jeff Cuthbertson, executive professional at the Stony Plain Golf Club. On the other side of the break, Stalker and I will talk all things local golf. This is the VIP Golf Show on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Escape the ordinary and experience golfing paradise at Coal Creek Golf Resort. Immerse yourself in our exceptional layout and enjoy excellent conditions that will take your game to the next level. Challenge yourself with a unique twist. Tackle the only black sand traps in all of Alberta. And why not extend your stay? Relax in one of our spacious RV lots, offering the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. Visit coalcreek.ca now to book your tee time and plan your unforgettable getaway at Coal Creek Golf Resort. Your perfect golfing escape awaits.
This summer, Alberta Golf is focused on recreational and junior play. Recreational players can find their fun at upswing.ca. The McLennan Ross Alberta Junior Tour has 24 stops across the province for players learning to compete. The Youth on Course program is back, letting juniors play for $5 or less at participating facilities. Any $10 donation made to the Alberta Golf Foundation pays for an 18-hole round for a kid in Alberta. For more on everything we do, albertagolf.org.
Trestle Creek Golf Resort, just 45 minutes west of Edmonton, is one of the best RV resorts in Alberta. With a championship golf course, water park, sports park, and spectacular views, you won't want to leave. Spend your time relaxing and getting back to the great outdoors. Phase 5 lots are selling now with prices starting at $89,000. You can live year-round or just spend the summer. Either way, Trestle Creek has you covered with plenty of year-round activities. Book your tour or tee time at trestlecreek.ca.
Get all the latest news and takes on everything Oilers with Dustin Nielsen and Tom Gazzola on the Oil Stream. Live at noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
From the fairways of Edmonton to the greens of the BC Rockies, you'll never miss a course with VIP Golf. VIP Golf members enjoy preferred rates at over 75 top courses in Alberta and BC. They play 7 days a week and average 40 to 60% off regular rates with no payments due at the course. Just book with VIP Golf. Show your ID, then grip it and rip it. With so many courses under one umbrella, it's no wonder they're the membership of choice for so many Albertans. To learn more, visit their website today at vipgolf.ca.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. The hosts of the VIP Golf Show are also published authors. That's right, your golf show hosts Curtis Stock and Murray McCourt both have incredible books out right now. Search on Amazon for The Turcots, the remarkable story of a horse racing dynasty by Curtis Stock, and Outside the Tee Box, my personal journey and secrets to success in the golf business by Murray McCourt. Order your copies today, available on Amazon. Now you know.
Let your perfect day of golf start at the 27-hole Legends Golf and Country Club. With picturesque views over the river valley and only 4 minutes off the RM Road exit off the Henday, the Legends also features a large grass-driving tee range and the world's largest golf car museum. Visit the legendsgolf.ca website to plan your next round with drone flights over all 3 nines. To book your tee time at Edmonton's finest full-facility 27-hole golf course, call 780-449-4911.
I came in 2 under par.
I ended up in the pond again. Whether you're an old pro or just out for fun, Devon Golf is the course to hit, no matter how skilled you are. Just 30 minutes from Edmonton, Devon Golf boasts scenic valley views and incredible conditions. Golf 18 tree-lined holes along the North Saskatchewan River, or if you're just here for the post-game celebration, check out the Greens restaurant for a bite on their patio. Devon Golf, truly a hidden gem. To book your tee time, visit devongolf.ca.
Did you know golfers average 162 hours a year on their feet? With the Adizero ZG from Adidas Golf, light isn't less, it's more. More Sunset 9s, more stamina with footwear designed to spend hours on your feet. With Light Strike Pro cushioning that boosts efficiency and walking propulsion, you can go out for a long round and enjoy what the course has to offer. Step into the feeling of light all round with Adizero ZG. Right now, during our Addy Buck promotion at participating retailers, when you purchase any new 2025 Adidas golf shoe like the Adizero ZG, you'll receive $50 towards any additional Adidas golf items from the Pro Shop. Adidas.ca.
There's still time to book your tournament at the Ranch Golf and Country Club.
As one of Alberta's top tourney courses, the Ranch makes hosting fun and easy for any group or business. No matter how unique or unusual, they'll accommodate your vision for an event no one will soon forget.
Start planning your tournament today at their beautifully landscaped course on the outskirts of West Edmonton. On-site event coordinators are here to help, but hurry, availability is limited and booking fast.
Visit theranchgolf.com.
We return to the VIP Golf Show, presented by Arden Roof Systems, with your hosts, Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock. Only on your clear choice for sports, Edmonton Sports Talk.
Welcome back to the VIP Golf Show, presented by Ardent Roof Systems here on Edmonton Sports Talk. My name's Murray McCourt here, along with Curtis Stock. This segment is brought to you by Corporate Connections. Are you a business leader looking to connect with other business leaders to create and accelerate business opportunities, experience the extraordinary, make smarter decisions faster, and ultimately grow your business? If so, Corporate Connections is where you want to be. Email Executive Director Pat Stride at pstride@corporateconnections.com for more information. And Soccer, let's get into the question of the day first. What do you think is the best method to handle a slow group in front of you?
Just play through. Don't ask them, just play through. No. As Jeff said, look for a course marshal, and if you can't find one, phone the pro shop. I phoned the pro shop several times and told them that we got a problem out here.
Yeah. And with that scenario, I think, and I probably said this before on the show, all golfers think it's the group that's right in front of them that's a slow group. Yeah. Most of the time, it's not.
Right.
Because you can't see what's in front of them and what's in front of the group in front of them and what's in front of the group in front of them. So a lot of times you think it's the group in front of you and it's not. So, and that's such a great point, that talk to the course marshal, or in our case, the ranch, the course ambassador. Our course has GPS on it. So if you phone the pro shop, the staff can look and say, hey, the group in front of you isn't slow. There is a little problem, 4 groups in front of them, which our ambassador is trying to solve and whatnot. But you don't want to do what that former Eskimo did recently, and your old buddy, rest his soul, why am I forgetting his name? No, your buddy that you were golfing with that almost got in a fist fight. Robin Brownlee. Oh, yeah, Brownlee, right. So, you don't handle it that way. That's for sure.
No, that was a bad one. I remember going to Laughlin, Nevada one time, and there was about four groups on one tee box right in front of us, and it looked like there was about 4 on the other one. And I drove around, and we kept thinking we were going to find a spot where the boxed in part is, but there wasn't. It was completely lock jammed.
Yeah.
Went in the pro shop and said, how often are you sending guys out here? And he said, every day.
Good one. All right, Stalker, what was up for local events this past week?
Well, we had the Alberta Men's Amateur at Paradise Canyon in Lethbridge. We have Kevin Smith coming on in a few minutes, and he'll talk about that. In the Maple Leaf Junior Tour stop at Olds, Mia He of Edmonton won the girls 9-10 division with a 90, and the boys under 8, Jordy Bain of Edmonton won by 1 shot over fellow Edmontonian Blake Widmer. Brad Bain shot a 75. And in the Maple Leaf Junior Tour event at Innisfail, Alana Bandola won the U15 girls with rounds of 83, 78 to win by 2 over another Edmonton golfer, Kalia Carrillo. And Spruce Grove's Shiley Kostliuk lost in a playoff to Red Deer's Rayleigh Denton after both shot 2 day totals of 166. Edmonton's Gavin Braithwaite finished 3rd by 2 shots to Brooks Justin McKenzie, who shot 76-79. That was the tournaments this week.
All right. What about hole-in-ones? How many of those were happening in Edmonton this week?
Last week we talked about Wolf Creek having 3 in the same day.
Somebody else did?
They had 3 in a week.
Oh, well, that's pretty good.
Trestle Creek, all on the same day within Dale McGowan, number 16, a pitching wedge on men's night. That was turned out to be his first shot of the day.
Wow.
What a way to start a round, eh? And then Quentin Black, number 3, with a 7-iron. Head pro Art Newbleeds. Quentin is only 14.
Oh.
And Doug Shell, number 7, with an 8-iron. Art said they had Boogie Night last week and 120 players, so that was a huge success.
Yeah.
The other hole-in-ones were Ford Gilbert at the Ranch on number 3 with a pitching wedge from 135 yards, and Zach Down at the Derrick from 145 yards with an 8-iron on number 8.
All right. Well, that sounds like Trestle Creek was the place to be this week if you wanted a hole in
was
one.
the one to be, yeah.
Yeah. What'd you get up for golf this week?
Well, I played Sandpiper. I tried to play Sandpiper several times, but it's rained every time we've gone there. One time we got 0 holes in. The other time we got 9 in. Never got to play the back 9. And last week went to Sandpiper again, and this week played all 18, came to number 18 and went, oh my God, this 18th hole is one of the best finishing holes in Edmonton. It's got everything you wanted. There's water on there. There's a big bunker on the left. It meanders a little left to right, and it's just, the setting is just gorgeous.
Wow. All right, and that was your golf?
And Victoria.
Yeah. All right, you playing any good? Because we're playing today. I want to know how good you're playing. What should I
Bad.
expect out of your game, Stalker?
Bad.
Bad?
Bad things.
Yeah, I don't believe you. Well, I got to play a Blackhawk this week.
Oh, did you?
I had my match in the senior match play. And boy, I mean, that course it's so fun to play.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Especially those holes on the shelf down there.
A little birdie told me, and I've actually seen the plans, that Blackhawk's expanding.
I've heard rumors of that.
There's going to be a few more holes going in at Blackhawk pretty soon. But yeah, you got to get out there and play if you have the chance. I know it's a private club. You know anybody that is a member there. You got to go. It's so good. I actually didn't win my match. I had a little struggle mentally on the front 9 and I was 5 down after 9. I battled back and was 1 down with 4 to play.
Really?
And
Didn't finish?
and then I couldn't complete the comeback. But man, I played pretty good. I just had a little stretch where my mental game went a little sideways on me, but I talked myself into playing good on the other 9. And
what did you shoot at Blackhawk?
you know what? I didn't really keep score. It was just I played the match. Like I didn't make any birdies, and I probably had around 14 pars, and so I would have been maybe three to 5. Well, no, I would have been like maybe around 5 over because I had that little struggle.
Blackhawk is tough.
And birdies are hard to get there. There's no question. What about this week? What's up? Today we're playing together at the ranch.
Yeah, and that's as far as I know right now.
That's as far as you know right now. Okay, well,
I'm playing the ranch on Wednesday too.
Thursday you're playing, yeah. I knew you were. When you said you didn't know what else.
Same week. That's right. I forgot about that one.
Well, you're going to know the course intimately then by the end of the week. Yeah. For me, I'm playing today with you. We're playing with Kevin Carius and a buddy of mine that works for the Oilers, Pat Garland. I don't know if you've ever met him before, but
don't think so.
Then I got some family golf this week. I'm playing 9 holes tomorrow with my wife and Luke at the ranch. I'm playing 9 holes on Canada Day with my wife and Luke at the ranch, and then we're going to the ball game downtown.
The ball game, the Riverhawks.
Riverhawks, yeah. So we're doing that on Canada Day. And then on Thursday, me and Sean play our non-old guy match play on Thursday against Graham Nelson and Josh Gorio that we were talking about earlier. Now, these are 2 young guys. Graham Nelson was playing on the tour a few years back and in the States, not the PGA Tour, and Josh Gorio is a really good player too. So Sean and I got our work cut out for us. It's the old grizzled veteran against the young guys. But
sounds like it, yeah.
We'll see what happens there. Now, you know, you and I are both such huge fans of Jasper.
Yeah.
And you know, getting Tahlon on today. I've been good friends with Tahlon for a lot of years, and I tried to get him on last year. I tried to get him on earlier this year, and as he kind of was mentioning, they were pretty tight-lipped about what everything was going on, and finally this week, the week before their opening, they started to allow Tahlon to talk about it, and I just want to, I'm so happy that they're going to be back open again as you are. It's just a special place.
Oh yeah, I just love the course. I probably played it. I played it 4D times. Played it with my son when he was like about 12. We'd go out for 10. We'd go out for a few holes at dusk and play, and then I'd go down there and play 18. And it's such a sumptuous place. It's so peaceful and tranquil and quiet, and you don't hear 4 very often. No. It's just everything's just beautiful.
Well, as I was mentioning, I was there during the evacuation. I was staying at Jasper Park Lodge with my wife and son and my wife's parents and our niece, Vienna. We were celebrating Jess's parents' anniversary. We had tee times there the next 2 days in a row to play. I was so pumped and excited, like all of us were, to be there. And we rented one of the big cabins. I mean, we were set for just an amazing trip. It was smoky and everything, you know, but we were still sitting out on the deck having dinner. But there was problems. that we were JP was trying to cook some stuff inside the house, and the power kept going out, but then the power would come back on, and then it was just, we didn't know what was going on. We didn't necessarily think that it had anything to do with the fire, but then I've seen helicopters basically go right over top of our heads with big buckets and whatnot, and I'm like, I think that fire is close.
Yeah.
I remember saying, but anyways, we went to bed, and then all of a sudden, all hell's breaking loose, and we find out that we got alerts on our phones. You're evacuating. You have to evacuate Jasper right now. And I'm like, I'm not buying into this. I'm going back to bed. And my wife says, no, we got to go. And I'm like, no, I'm not going. And so she phoned the front desk and said, does this mean us? Do we have to evacuate? Because the notification said Jasper. I thought it meant the town of Jasper. And she said, no, you got to leave right now. I still said, I don't think so. I'm going outside and seeing what's going on. And everyone was throwing stuff in their cars. And I'm like, this is real. Go back in and said, okay, we got to go.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we packed up as quick as we could. We ended up leaving a bunch of stuff in behind. But as Tahlon was saying, we got left to go through Jasper. We traveled about 4 kilometers in 5 hours.
Oh, man.
It was insane what went on, and like people were freaking out. People were walking, pulling their suitcases like people. I don't know. It was just a crazy experience. I mean, we got to run on this. This story goes on for quite more time, and it was an absolutely wild and crazy experience that I wish I never had to live through with my family. We drove through the fire. We were like first fire on both sides of the highway when we were driving. Like it was out of this world. But JPL's back open Wednesday. Fantastic work for everyone involved.
And like Tahlon was saying, I mean, it sounds like it's better than before.
Well, it's going to be different.
It's going to be unbelievable
for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Well, on the other side of the break, we're going to do our trivia contest, and we're going to chat with Kevin Smith from the Alberta Golf Association. This is the VIP Golf Show on Edmonton Sports Talk.
This summer, Alberta Golf is focused on recreational and junior play. Recreational players can find their fun at upswing.ca. The McLennan Ross Alberta Junior Tour has 24 stops across the province. For players learning to compete, the Youth on Course program is back, letting juniors play for $5 or less at participating facilities. Any $10 donation made to the Alberta Golf Foundation pays for an 18-hole round for a kid in Alberta. For more on everything we do, albertagolf.org.
Why tee off at the Ranch Golf and Country Club?
A fun, unique layout offering premier conditions. The Ranch has been ranked as one of the top public courses in Canada.
Unmatched value. Score Golf Magazine rated the Ranch as the best value in Edmonton.
The service. From tournaments to special events to the pro shop. Superior service that makes every visit exceptional.
The Ranch Golf and Country Club. A laid-back environment where anyone can enjoy an amazing day on the fairways. For details, visit theranchgolf.com.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. The hosts of the VIP Golf Show are also published authors. That's right, your golf show hosts Curtis Stock and Murray McCourt both have incredible books out right now. Search on Amazon for The Turcottes, the remarkable story of a horse racing dynasty by Curtis Stock, and Outside the Tee Box, my personal journey and secrets to success in the golf business by Murray McCourt. Order your copies today, available on Amazon. Now you know.
Acme Scrap Iron and Metals offers fast, friendly, and reliable service. They will supply containers of different sizes to remove all types of metals and for the removal of demolition waste. Plus, they buy steel, cast iron, copper, aluminum, brass, and more. With 50 years of business, Acme Scrap Iron and Metals has created a strong commitment to the proper handling of materials and adhere to environmental standards. Visit acmescrapmetal.com for hours of operation and call 780-447-1623 to arrange for a container.
Let your perfect day of golf start at the 27-hole Legends Golf and Country Club. With picturesque views of the River Valley and only 4 minutes off the Orem Road exit from the Henday, the Legends also features a large grass driving tee range and the world's largest golf car museum. Visit the legendsgolf.ca website to plan your next round with drone flights over all 3 nines. To book your tee time at Edmonton's finest full facility 27-hole golf course, call 780-449-4911 or visit us online.
Immerse yourself in a world where golf intertwines with the historic valor of the Canadian Armed Forces. At the Edmonton Garrison Memorial Golf Club, every round connects you with the courageous stories of our military's past. With fairways set against genuine combat equipment and historic monuments, your game becomes a meaningful link to the legacy of those who've served. And make sure to aim carefully to avoid a memorable shot off a tank. Get your membership and celebrate the challenge of golf and the honor of our armed forces. Visit egmgolf.com for more.
It's back. The 6th annual Ardent Roof Systems Charity Golf Classic at the Ranch Golf and Country Club. Tee off for a great cause with hole-in-one contests, food and drink stations, dunk tanks, and even a chance to win a golf trip for 2 to Pebble Beach. Be a part of an incredible day on one of Edmonton's most picturesque courses, all in support of the Stollery Child Life Program. Golf, give back, make a difference. The 6th annual Ardent Roof Systems Charity Golf Classic. Sign up, sponsor, or learn more today at ardentroofsystems.com.
Accelerate business connections and executive level with Corporate Connections. Some of the brightest minds in Edmonton come together to discuss and brainstorm big thoughts. Corporate Connections Think Tank brings our members and selected guests together to share experiences and ideas around some of the most relevant topics in business today. Topics that impact each of us, every business, most decisions, all initiatives. Will you come and join the conversation? Get questions answered, learn a few new perspectives, and be part of this energetic and inspiring event on May 28th. Corporate Connections Think Tank. Visit us at corporateconnections.com, where leaders connect.
Join us for the return of the Tom Goodchild Memorial Golf Tournament on Thursday, August 28th at Leduc Golf and Country Club. Enjoy a day of golf while supporting a great cause. Start your day with a delicious breakfast, followed by a round of golf at the scenic Leduc Golf and Country Club. Then unwind with drinks and indulge in a gourmet dinner, all culminating in a lively auction. Come out and celebrate Tom Goodchild's legacy while supporting the Tom Goodchild Memorial Bursary, which assists NAIT culinary students in financial need. The Tom Goodchild Memorial Golf Tournament promises unforgettable experiences. Sign up now at sawmill.ca/golf. That's sawmill.ca/golf.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
I could have taken some photos for OnlyFans. Reed Wilkins up gown shots. What's Reed wearing for the eye surgery? What's going to pop out next? I think I was totally covered except my eyeball peeking out, and maybe other parts of me. I don't know if they uncovered anything else. Cover up his face, but lift up that gown. Oh, you know what? Put it back.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We return to the VIP Golf Show, presented by Ardent Roof Systems, with your hosts, Murray McCourt and Curtis Stock, only on your clear choice for sports, Edmonton Sports Talk.
Welcome back to the VIP Golf Show, presented by Ardent Roof Systems here on Edmonton Sports Talk. My name is Murray McCourt, here along with Curtis Stock. This segment is brought to you by the Stony Plain Golf Club. Whether you're looking to get custom fit clubs or lessons to improve your swing, check out the Stony Plain Golf Course at golfstonyplain.com. Couple of quick nasty chats to get to. Kevin chimes in, top of the morning, gents, swinging at Trestle Creek today. Lucky him. And Bryce has chimed in. JPL was awesome. The Combine crew used to go every year, and hopefully the Combine crew, who was out of the ranch this week in a tournament, gets out and plays it again this year. I did, Stalker, just get a whole bunch of pictures sent to me by Tahlon Sweenie of current Jasper Park Lodge, so I'll show them to you when we're golfing later today. It is now trivia time. Our trivia contest is brought to you by Tough Stuff Promotions. Tough Stuff works as hard as you do to create personalized swag that's tough enough for your hardworking name. Call 780-470-4545 or visit toughstuffpromotions.com for all your logo merchandise needs. The winner of the contest will get a custom fitting from the TaylorMade Performance Center and a gift card to the Keg Steakhouse and Bar with 5 locations around Edmonton. Why not tonight? And Stalker, what's the question this week?
Who is the oldest man to win a major? Who is the oldest man to win a major? That's the question.
All right. If you want in on that contest, text into 780-218-9999. And we are now joined by Kevin Smith, the Director of Community and Public Relations with the Alberta Golf Association, with an absolutely terrible backdrop. That can't be real, can it, Kevin? I know.
Well, normally I come on at 8:23 in the morning, but when you said 9:40, I'm like, I got a tee time 10 minutes after. So, just sitting here on the patio at Mickelson National, and I got some stuff to talk about, man. It was a great week.
All right, where's your beer, though? You got to have a beer in your hand if you're on the deck at Mickelson National.
Afterwards.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, the men's amateur just wrapped up at Paradise Canyon in Lethbridge. What were some of the most memorable moments and standout performances from this year's championship?
I'd never really been on the property. I think I dropped some magazines off for Alberta Golf, 6 years ago on an April day. So to roll in there and get the drone going, and what a property. I mean, it feels like you're in the Badlands of South Dakota or something. So first off, it was amazing to see the property. The tournament itself, memorable in so many ways. One of the human interest features I did was with David Schultz, because he was the only player in the field that played in 1993 when they had the tournament there last time for the Alberta Men's Amateur Championship. He's 67 years old now and almost shot his age on day one. He shot a 71. So that was an amazing story, hearing his stories of coming in second to Daryl James and making the Willingham Cup team. And they went to Victoria, won the Willingham Cup. So great blast from the past there for sure. And then to the tournament itself, Brett Jones, of course, won last year at the Derrick in a playoff over Barrett Jarash. Well, this year, no playoff needed. He was unbelievable. Brett Jones is an 18-year-old. He's going to school at Barry University in Miami, Florida. Untucked shirt, just the coolest guy. Nothing phases him. And what does he do? He goes and shoots, 68, 67, 63 in the final round for 17 under. So, yeah, it was kind of Tiger Woods at Pebble Beach. He won by 12. Yeah. And it was one of the great performances I've ever seen on a golf course. I walked with him the entire day on the final day. And to shoot 63, look, the 12th hole, I'm sure you guys have been there. It was blowing 70 kilometers, the par 3 down the hill there.
Yeah.
I'd say 1 in 5 players was hitting that green.
Yeah.
He just calmly stuffs it to 8 feet. I mean, he missed the birdie putt, but then he went eagle, birdie after that. One of the great rounds I've seen. 17 under, Brett Jones, back-to-back Alberta Am winner. First player since Riley Fleming in 2012, 2013 to go back-to-back. So he's certainly the buzz around this place. This is his home course. And, it was incredible to watch.
Yeah, that par 3 you're talking about, we were talking last week, he can hit driver or 9-iron, depending on which way the wind blows.
It was 112 yards on the final day with gusts of 70 kilometers.
Yeah.
And I saw balls getting thrown 50 yards left, people over, and he was just in command of his ball all day long. Fairways, greens, making 30-footers, just in the zone. 17 under. So we got to go through the history books. It's going to take us a little while to see where this win stacks up in the history of Alberta golf. What did Bob Wiley do in the 1950s? We're going to find out, but 17 under, 12-stroke win, Brett Jones, back-to-back Alberta Men's Amateur champion. Incredible stuff on an incredible property at Paradise Canyon. So memorable week for sure.
Yeah, 8 birdies and an eagle, only 2 bogeys.
Yeah, not bad. And I should mention Brandon Markue. I know he faded a bit on the final day, but he birdied half the course in the second round. Wow. 9 birdies, no bogeys, or maybe 9 birdies and 1 bogey for a 63 as well. So some really good golf.
Any other breakthrough stories for the tournament?
Just a really good Willingham Cup team this year. Ryan Gillis from Pine Brook. He shot a 64 last year to win the U19s. He's at UBC Okanagan. And, he walked out of the scoring tent like, I played pretty good, lost by 12. So he makes the team. And so does Michael Volk, who's a 26-year-old from Medicine Hat. I think, being a Desert Bloom guy, I think Paradise Canyon suited his eye. He came in third. Made the team as well. He's 26 years old, and I think he's thinking about turning pro. So maybe this is the last time we'll see him at the Alberta Men's Am. We'll have to find out about that. But Volk, Gillis, and Brett Jones representing Alberta at Nationals in Ottawa later this summer. So pretty cool week.
The feedback from the course was very positive.
Probably the best greens I've seen in the province all year. They were rolling unbelievable. The wind only blew on the final day.
Oh.
And the wind blew the final day, which makes Brett Jones 63 that much more impressive. Just great feedback. My staff at Alberta Golf, I think, put on a fantastic championship. A lot of thanks to Matt Barkway, the GM, Jay Magard, the head pro, and Ron Sakamoto, the owner there, for having us there. It's the first time I've seen Paradise Canyon host an event since I've been with Alberta Golf. So, it was 100% tip top. They were great hosts and a great week.
Joining us on the VIP Golf Show is Kevin Smith from the Alberta Golf Association. Now, when you talk about the ages of these guys, 18 years old and shooting those kind of numbers, with a couple of these guys, what do you envision their futures look like? They're playing college golf now, but man, if you're shooting 63 and whatever Brazilian under in 70-kilometer-an-hour winds, do you see a future for these guys that maybe the next wave of Canadians that are going to be on the PGA Tour?
Without question, Murray. I think, this is my 7th year with Alberta Golf, but, I've been in Calgary since 1997 covering golf for television and other things. We've been waiting for an Albertan to make the PGA Tour, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Graham Dillette did it from Saskatchewan. Why can't we get an Albertan on the PGA Tour? We have Albertans that have played the LPGA Tour. But yeah, it's time to get an Albertan on the PGA Tour, right? I mean, Wes Heffernan was close. Ryan Yip was close. Will Bateman, Riley Fleming, Will Bateman, but it's time we get someone fully carded on the PGA Tour. And the crop of players that have just kind of graduated Alberta golf, the Hunter Thompsons, the Brady McKinleys.
Yeah.
There's so many names. Max Sekulich, there's no reason one of them can't do it, and throw Brett Jones on the list as well, right? If you're 18 winning the men's AM by 12 strokes, the future is unlimited, and Brett doesn't really have a pulse. He's just so calm, cool, and collected out there. At least that's what it looks like. Maybe inside it's different for him, but I think what he's doing at 18 back to back is it can't be overlooked. I think he's got an incredible future for sure.
Is he actually going to play in the U19, or is he just is he beyond that?
I don't know. I haven't asked him, but I would think he's beyond that. Yeah, that's coming up here in a couple of weeks at Water Valley. So next time I see him, I'll ask him that for sure. But he's got to be beyond that. I don't remember him. He wasn't there last year, so I can't see him being there this year.
Turning to next week, you got the Alberta Ladies Amateur at Leduc. What can players and fans expect from this venue, and what makes it a great host for the championship?
Yeah, it's so cool for me this year. I saw Lacombe for the first time, Paradise Canyon for the first time, and now I'm going to see Leduc for the first time. It's all the L's, Lacombe, Lethbridge, Leduc. I did meet the mayor of Leduc at a conference a couple of months ago, and I guess the city now owns the golf course. So I'm looking forward to seeing the property. I'm sure you guys have been on it. Maybe describe a little bit about what kind of course Leduc is.
A lot of
long par fours. Long par fours, especially on the front.
Yeah.
Well, like about 6 of them in a row, it feels like.
Yeah. Okay.
But a couple of drivable par fours on the back as well. So
that's true,
I'm not sure about the ladies and where they'll be playing for tees and whatnot, if they'll be able to drive them. But it's a fun golf course. I played it 3-4 weeks ago. I thought it was in great shape.
Yeah, I mean, Eileen Park, I don't see her in the field. She's a defending champion.
Yeah.
So I guess the field's wide open, right? For the likes of Tessa Ion and Sailor May and Sydney Bisgrove and Sarah Armstrong. I feel like there's just a lot of names that I could name that wouldn't surprise me if they got the victory. So, Eileen's won the women's AM. She's won the Canadian Juniors. So I don't see Eileen in the field. So it's pretty much wide open for a new women's AM champion. And I'm looking forward to getting there on Tuesday and getting the drone up and showcasing Leduc and then having a great championship.
The Ladies Am also includes the Mid Am and the Mid Master divisions. How do these categories help grow women's golf in Alberta, and what are you most excited to see at Leduc?
At Alberta Golf, we really are trying to create more opportunities for women's golf. So the Mid Am 25 age and over, the Mid Master 40 and over. It's just more opportunities for people to play. And we've talked about how the men tend to graduate college and they kind of chase the dream a bit longer. They try and make the tour, where a lot of times, the women graduate college and then they get into the working world. They have a family, or, and and they don't chase that dream, but they come back. So it's so great to see them come back and play in the Mid-Am and the Mid-Master. And this year, for the first time, our Alberta Open, which is the only event we have at Alberta Golf that has a professional component. For the first time ever, we have a women's division this year. So there's more opportunities for the women to play. That's going to be at River Spirit later in August. And next year, we're going to be at Pritis, actually, for the Alberta Open. But the Alberta Open now is going to have a women's professional division, a women's amateur division. And you mentioned the Mid-Am and the Mid-Master. So we're so pumped. There's more opportunities for the women to play. And I can't wait to see who competes and who wins.
So who's your prediction with no Eileen there? Who you got?
That's an interesting one. Let me take a quick look at the players that I've kind of looked at here. You know, Jenna Brueggemann's playing too from the Derrick. And she's always in contention.
She's been a hot
Georgia
junior
from the Glencoe Club.
You've said her name 82,000 times in the show, Stalker.
I honestly think Sailor May or Sarah Armstrong or Sydney Bisgrove, one of those three, or Tessa Ion. I actually think it's wide open because Tessa last year was in a playoff at the U19s along with Sarah Armstrong, and Sydney was right there as well. Asta Savadati. I think it's wide open. No one sticks out that I'm like this. You know, this is the front runner. But if you had to push me to it, it could be Sydney Bisgrove's time. So
all right. Well, one last quick one for you. Our question of the week on the show is: what's the best way to deal with a slow group in front of you?
The best way to deal with a slow group in front of you. You know what? Just turn to your playing partners and just talk about some music and just enjoy the day.
What a great answer.
I'm not hitting into anybody. Just enjoy your group. And if you're 15 minutes slower, who cares?
All right. Good stuff. Enjoy.
We all are about pace of play at Alberta Golf. So, so if you are that group, pick it up.
All right. Enjoy your round today. We got you on again next week, back in your normal time.
Yeah, love it. Thanks, guys.
All right,
thank you.
Kevin
Thanks
Smith from the Alberta Golf Association. Stalker Trivia.
Yeah. Who's the oldest man to win a major? The answer is Phil Mickelson.
And congratulations to Bryce Schmermund. Did I get that right? I hope so. Bryce, I will reach out to you as soon as I get back to the ranch here in a moment, or a few minutes. It takes me a little bit of time to drive there and get you your prize. You had something else you wanted to bring up, Stalker?
Phil was 50 years, 11 months, and 7 days old when he won the PGA Championship in 2021.
Well, so I guess I should go play a major and see if I could get it, hey?
You got it.
Okay. All right, well, that wraps up this week's show. Next week on the show, we will chat with rapper turned weatherman Josh Klassen, as he's the one and only live golf lover that I've ever known in my life. Kevin Smith back to preview the Mickelson Invitational and the Alberta U19 Championship. Cam Martins joins us again, best coach in Canada, coaching our producer Zach, and catch up on his progress. Jim McCulley from Callaway, and we go around YEG and check in with the Colonial Golf Club. Have yourself a great week. Lots of sunshine coming your way, so get out and play some golf, and be sure to be right back here with us 8 a.m. next Sunday on the VIP Golf Show.
Accelerate business connections at an executive level with Corporate Connections. We connect leaders around the world and empower them to create opportunities and meaningful change in their organizations, communities, and lives. Join a trusted network of top CEOs and industry pioneers. Share challenges, gain insights, and benefit from peer-to-peer experience sharing. Together, we elevate leadership, build personal and professional growth while expanding influence, and together building a brighter future. Corporate Connections is your gateway to transformative connections. Visit us at corporatecommunications.com, where leaders connect.
Escape the ordinary and experience golfing paradise at Coal Creek Golf Resort. Immerse yourself in our exceptional layout and enjoy excellent conditions that will take your game to the next level. Challenge yourself with a unique twist. Tackle the only black sand traps in all of Alberta. And why not extend your stay? Relax in one of our spacious RV lots, offering the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. Visit coalcreek.ca now to book your tee time and plan your unforgettable getaway at Coal Creek Golf Resort. Your perfect golfing escape awaits.
Ready to level up your golf game? Come swing by the Ranch Golf and Country Club, where serious golf meets serious fun. With a championship-style course, pristine conditions, and above all, a fun laid-back atmosphere, the Ranch is where every round feels like a getaway. Get top-notch service at unmatched value every time you play at the Ranch. Think you have what it takes to go low? Bring your A game and find out why the Ranch is the best value in golf. 25, 50, 100, and 200 round packs on sale. TheRanchGolf.com.
Your logo matters. So if you're gonna put it onto something, it's gonna be tough enough to be useful. Tough Stuff Promotions works as hard as you do to create personalized swag that's tough enough for your hard-working name. Whether it's promotional items, branded clothing, industrial workwear, golf, or athletics, Tough Stuff works hard for hard-working folks. Get the tough stuff you need when you need it. For easy ordering, call 780-470-4545 or visit toughstuffpromotions.com.
Do not miss the Ardent Roof Systems Charity Golf Tournament presented by Pioneer Golf Company, Canadian-made golf accessories. Friday, July 5th, the Ranch Golf and Country Club, one of Alberta's premier championship golf courses. For sponsorship info or to register, go to ardentroofsystems.com. Your round includes breakfast, the famous ranch steak dinner, a massive silent auction, and a chance to give back to an unbelievable cause. The Stollery Child Life Program. The Ardent Roof Systems Annual Charity Golf Tournament, one of the best tournaments of the summer.
I came in 2 under par.
I ended up in the pond again.
Whether you're an old pro or just out for fun, Devon Golf is the course to hit, no matter how skilled you are. Just 30 minutes from Edmonton, Devon Golf boasts scenic valley views and incredible conditions. Golf 18 tree-lined holes along the North Saskatchewan River, or if you're just here for the post-game celebration, check out the Greens Restaurant for a bite on their patio. Devon Golf, truly a hidden gem. To book your tee time, visit devongolf.ca.
Enjoy a round of golf on 2 of Canada's top public courses at Wolf Creek, designed by renowned architect Rod Whitman. If you haven't been to Wolf Creek recently, now's the time to check out the best course conditions in years. Enjoy a pure links golf experience and great course conditions. After your game, relax at Barney's Lounge with great food, drinks, and patio views. It's a destination getaway only a short drive away in Ponoka. Visit wolfcreekgolf.com to learn more.
From the fairways of Edmonton to the greens of the BC Rockies, you'll never miss a course with VIP Golf. VIP Golf members enjoy preferred rates at over 70 top courses in Alberta and BC. They play 7 days a week and average 40 to 60% off regular rates with no payments due at the course. Just book with VIP Golf, show your ID, then grip it and rip it. With so many courses under one umbrella, it's no wonder they're the membership of choice for so many Albertans. To learn more, visit their website today at vipgolf.ca.
Grab your clubs and tee up for your best golf season yet. Hone your skills and improve your game at the Country Club Golf Tour Academy. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned pro or just starting out. Country Club Tour offers the best lesson programs for every level of golfer. Take your skill set to a higher level and train with their simulators, launch monitors, and PGA of Canada's teaching professionals. You can train all year long at their 7 golf courses and indoor golf center. Sign up for lessons with the CCT Golf Academy today and countryclubtour.com.